Day 190. Okay, my training schedule is about to take a massive turn for the worse. It's day 190. I've got just under 9 weeks to go until the Ultramarathon in the Lake District, and I've decided, as I put in my previous video, to up the mileage from the 60k race across 5 valleys up to 100k through 7 valleys. There is a longer race which is 180k, just over 100 miles through 13 valleys, but there's no way I could do that. If I even attempted that, I know I'd fail. So I've decided to go for the 100k, and there is always the possibility that I do fail, but I don't plan on failing, that's for sure. So over the next almost 9 weeks, I've got to change to early morning runs because the start of this 100k race is 6 a.m. So I've got to get my whole body clock, my bowels, everything. Sorry to talk about shit, but it's really important that you get your system in tune with the time that you're running. And the other race didn't start till around 9-10 o'clock in the morning. This race starts at 6 a.m. There's a cut-off time, so we'll be running into the night. There's a cut-off time of 25 hours, but I need to start getting out early, getting up at 5, quarter to 5, eating food, digesting for 45 minutes, having coffee, and getting my bowel movements and my digestion and everything ready to start doing 15-mile early morning runs, 20-mile runs, and then going to work. And then the following day, 2 or 3 mile run, next day maybe 5 or 6, and then 3 or 4 days later do another 20-miler or whatever, because 100k is 63 miles or thereabouts. So I really have to up my training, and I don't have a huge amount of time, so it's going to be very painful over the next few weeks, that's for sure. I'm used to getting up early, you know, filming, that's not a problem. But most of my runs are late afternoon, early evening, with the odd morning. And now I need to make that switch, and I don't have a lot of time. So it's going to be painful the next several weeks. But hopefully it won't take too long. I'm really not looking forward to drinking coffee again. I've not been drinking coffee. I've been drinking decaf, but I'm going to start drinking coffee again because it helps with the early morning bowel movements. And the last thing you want to do, which is what happened to me running the Jurassic Coast Ultramarathon, the 36-mile marathon, I just couldn't go to the toilet in the morning, nerves, whatever. The decaf didn't work, and I ran 36 miles on a full breakfast and food from the night before, so I was carrying an extra couple of kilos, which is not clever. It's not much fun, toilet humor, is it? But it's a fact of life. So we've got to get the system in shape, because when I get up at 4 o'clock to eat breakfast in the Lake District, I want to rest for an hour, flush the system, so to speak, and then attempt to run 63 miles over lots of hills around wherever, Coniston Water, Windermere, God knows, I don't know. I'm not very familiar with the Lake District, but I know it's right in the heart. It starts in Ambleside, does a loop out to the left of 40 kilometers back to Ambleside, and then 60k working its way northeast and then up to Keswick. So it's going to be brutal, absolutely brutal. I'm under no illusions whatsoever. I've really taken a big chunk out of this one. I know there's always a possibility that my knee might not last, but there's only one way to find out. And I decided after finishing the 36-mile ultra, what's the point in running another one? I may as well up the mileage, because the ultimate goal is to enter the 105 mile, 180k or whatever it is, race in Chamonix in a year, well, maybe in 2 years. So we'll see. Okay, time to go.